theoretically, we should be there. We are live. We've been live for 7 seconds, it says. Can everybody hear me? Everybody. I think I want to turn off the monitor by doing... No, I had it off. There we go. Oh my goodness. Is there anybody there? Can you hear me? Where is my little monitoring device? Did I leave it upstairs? Still charging? I think so. Well, I mean, I could always just go over to this window. That's me. And that's why I still hear me. Right? Do I have sound? That's my question currently. Because I'm not really sure. I think I do. But nobody's really responding. Not surviving is not the word I was looking for. Let's go with live chat. I got nothing. I supposedly have 4 people watching, though. I'm going to run upstairs. Sound is low. What's up, Schmoke? Thank you. That's one thing I needed to know. I can turn that up like that, for one thing. I am just getting started. I need to run upstairs because I left my monitoring phone up there. So I'll be right back. You'll hear me the whole time as I narrate my journey up the stairs, skipping stairs, because I'm smooth like that. Kitties are in a sunbeam in the office. We got 63%. Thank goodness for fast charging. Now, I'm going to try not to fall down the stairs as I look and listen at the same time. Or try to. 3, 2, 1. And we're back. How's everybody doing? Is the sound better? I haven't quite gotten there yet. I gotta go there. Okay, I hear me through one of these windows. So I probably need to mute something. That's muted. Okay, so let's mute that one. And then, in theory, sounds good. Soldier Farms is live. Dang. Well, sorry. Where is me? There's me. Hi, me. Hi, me. Hi, me. In theory, I'm a little bit jacked up on coffee, and I've been running around setting this up. I'm here, be just doing a few things, playing it in the background. That's cool. That's the cool. I ain't mad at you. This is gonna grab the damn computer, I'll bet. Which is exactly what I don't want it to do. Come on, Bluetooth on. Those, I think. I hope. Pair with derpa. I think so. Yes, cool. All right, I turned on the right thing, so that's good. And now I can hear me. Sound seem low. Okay, cool. This is what we're trying to work out. The way that we're going to turn that up is by turning that up. Right? Is that better? Let me hear how that... And... yeah, that's better, right, guys? Everything maxed and I'm low. Well, I mean, I can max that out. It's not peaking or anything. How about now? Hey, check. All right, that should work. I gotta wait for the delay though. That's max though, so that's where we at. Can y'all hear the music at all? Because I could turn that up and it wouldn't bother me a bit. Because the music is coming through the stereo. Barely hear the music. Okay, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to turn it up. That's probably too loud. Dude, I'm totally jacked up on coffee. I'm shaking. I think I'll drink some more. Was that, there we go. What'd it do? How doth it occur? Took the update long enough, my bad. One of them took me 5 hours whenever I built this system. So the Bluetooth delay really trips me out. So excuse me. Let me see if I put both of them in. Maybe I'm not going to hear. Okay, so that's good. So I could turn the... Wow, that's really weird. Alright, so for my next trick, the amazing Schmoke, I need to open my remote control, because that's cool. And in theory... Oh, I gotta be on Wi-Fi. Go on to Wi-Fi. That's so loud. It's weird because I've got the music in here and then I'm hearing it again through here. Then I hear myself talk and then I hear myself talk. So that's weird. Now we're back here. So then I can go whoop. Oh, I know what's wrong there. No, we're good. Where's the camera though? Over there. Hi. There's the other camera. Hi. We can turn on more lights if we want. How to trip a breaker. Alright, so now I want to scroll up. Or I could just go full screen, huh? Full screen. Because now they have it where the chat, yes, the chat comes up on full screen now. I do like what they've done with the revamp of the YouTube player interface. Where am I? Oh yeah, I'm good. This thing's got a good wide angle. Alright guys, I'm going to turn off this Bluetooth because it's doing nothing but making me feel weird, and I can hear, doesn't make me feel weird, but anyway, I can hear what's going on and everything sounds great. Please let me know if anything, I gotta readjust to the delay. Oh dang it. It just transferred to the phone. At least I know when it does that now. It's super annoying though. It automatically, on its own, realized that I was nearby with the telephone, so it switched over to that, which I did not ask it to at all. So go back to there. Thank you. Silly mother. Anyway, now that I'm readjusted to the delay, and we'll just figure that all out, I've got my chat on full screen so I can see what y'all are saying, even though it says top chat, and we want it to say all chat. Excuse me. Or live chat, rather. And here we go. What hath happened is I have several things that we can work on today, mess around with, whatever. But I actually took the microphone, the motorcycle, the Enduro, out for a ride yesterday. And I actually need to turn that down a little bit. The bike did great, rode great. We being me and the mouse in my pocket, of course. We had a great time, and I ran up to Publix, which I think if you've watched the channel at all, you know Publix is not far, and got food, or got what I needed to get. Wasn't food, doesn't matter. Came back out, cranked it up, rode back, sat out there, put my groceries away because I had a good time. I came back out, hopped back on the bike, and rode for about 15 minutes. Came back. I got the automatic garage door opener on the keychain, hit that, garage door opens, roll into the garage. As soon as I hit the garage, the bike completely died. Where's the vid? Well, if you listen, I'll tell you. There is no vid of me riding. I didn't set all that up. But I immediately, like I said, bike died. I tested a couple things, like, okay, I don't know, there's something wrong here. So I put the helmet inside, got out the point of view camera, turned on that camera, and diagnosed the problem. So that will be probably the next video. But in diagnosing the problem, I came back across an issue that I knew I was going to have, which is I need to get the keys because the steering's locked. But beyond that, the person that built this bike, like I said, they did it kind of as a hobby. And it was their evening project, and they were clearly learning to weld when they built this battery box, which I can show you in a minute. So there are sharp edges. This is not a factory gas tank, so there's a wiring harness going right by a nice sharp edge on the corner of this gas tank. In the neck up here, anybody who knows old Hondas, which this is an old Honda clone basically, most of the wiring is in the headlight. Well, this is an aftermarket headlight that doesn't have room for all the wiring. So there's a huge clump of wiring hanging out by the neck. So somewhere in there, we have something has chafed and shorted a power to ground, which is why it tripped the breaker. Tripped the breaker, blew the fuse. Was there a ride video? Where's the vid? Yeah, like I said, we can set that, maybe work on that today too. I'm not going to promise anything. I have a camera mount here for front facing, or I mean I can put it however. I also have a phone mount right here. The issue with the phone mount is it does not have any vibration dampening, which will damage a phone, as I have learned. So what I would probably do is link up one of these phones to my phone and use my phone for the satellite, or the, you know what I mean, the signal. And let me grab the key so I can unlock the steering. Then I can put one of the phones that's already damaged, basically. What it does is it screws up the vibration sensing and all that stuff. The, whatever it's called, oscilloscope? No. Oh, Mike, what is the thing called that keeps something upright when it's out of balance? Something has chafed. Story of my life. As Chinesium, does that bike use the headlight as a fuse? No, it does not. There is an inline fuse. Here, we'll bring you in a little bit. Again, I wish the overhead... Whoa, waiting for the connection. It's there. That was weird. I don't know if that's going to screw up your signal. That was weird. Anywho, yep, it did. But, do you come right back? Yes. Okay. Anyhow, Perfect. So there is an inline old school glass fuse here, which I have drawers full of every kind of fuse. Well, every kind of fuse except for the new sub micros. But yeah, see, this is not a good place for that at all. Let me get steering. Well, oh my gosh, I'm starting to freak out. Too much coffee. Shutting down the coffee intake for now. I'm gonna drink some water here in a minute. But y'all want to see my cool speedometer? Of course, the once a year that my neighbor mows the lawn is to be right now. Perfect. Sorry about the low rumbling in the background. The annual lawn mowing. So, what we're looking at is right here, my cool speedometer. First, we're going to unlock the steering so maybe you can see it a little better. La 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 la. If I had a nickel every time I said that, Adam Fisher. All right, so there we go. Let's boing, pew. Wow, yeah, that's cool. Y'all know you like it. Want to see that? That's my voltage meter, which is at 11.8, which is odd. Huh. I believe I figured something out. Interesting. So there is would a short to ground act as a parasitic drain? It would, wouldn't it? But it would still blow the fuse again. Yeah, that's interesting. 11.8. Anywho, let's go back to there. So that's one of the things that I have in plan. I'm probably going to do that in focused form with the cameras and all that, because I think that's going to be the next video for Wednesday. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's going to be a video on this bike on Wednesday, and I'm going to go through some things that need to be gone through. Oh, did I freeze? No. Can't hear background mowing. You're good. All right, well, I'm going to turn on a fan then, because it's actually hot again because it's Florida. And maybe open this up a little bit more with hopes that there's a cool breeze today, but I don't think so. Oh, I should have changed camera angles. That's my bad, y'all. I don't even know what I did with the phone. Oh, there it is. Boo! That's my bad. Oh, I'm so sorry. Terrible host. Terrible, terrible host. I mean, if you've got dual camera technology, you should be utilizing it. There I am. I am back. So, like I said, that's one possible project. Mostly, we're just here to hang out, but the other one is I need to put together a toolbox. Can you even see Mr. Hancock? Yeah, for Mr. Hancock. This is so cool. Although actually we're going to want this on, I don't know, we'll figure it out together. It'll be fun. Are we having fun yet, guys? How many are there? Is there any? Wow. So now I don't like the YouTube thing anymore because it just did something really weird. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. Go back to that. I don't know what that's all about. It overlaid. Oh man. I tried to go down from full screen and it overlaid the channel selection. So it's really trying to force you to switch to something else. Thanks a lot, YouTube. Anyhow, I gotta remember what I was trying to do now. Oh, look at how many people were in here. In here. 6? Right on. Right on, right on. Well, hi, 6 people. I'm on top chat again. We want to be on live chat. That's another annoying thing. Getting overlaid. Can't hear background. Getting overlaid. Getting overlaid. What got overlaid? Everything looked good on my end. I might have done something briefly though. Or are you saying the audio is overlaying something? Overlaid. Oh, we all wish we had. Right, the overlay of the thing that I was bitching and moaning about. Yes, agreed. 100% to all of that. I never complain about being overlaid. Yes, I am paying attention to too many things all at once. Guys, if you have not, please smash that like button. I would appreciate it greatly. I think everything's fine, and I'm overthinking stuff. So, I'm going to go back to camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. Pow! 3, 2, 1. I remembered what else I forgot to do, which was refill my water. Oosh, 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 oosh. Now I need to turn the thing back to where it was so I can actually see the chat. Thanks, YouTube. Appreciate your assistance. I knew it. Switch back to top chat. Ay, ay, ay. Caramba. Where's my other device? There's that. So, let's open up the passenger door because you can do that now because I welded in a new A-pillar base where the previous owner had completely removed it because he was going to quote-unquote fix the rust, I would presume, and he never did. So I kind of half-assed it to get some sort of stability in there. I'm trying to find a light. I guess I could just do this. Maybe. Right? I am the light. That's going to create some shadows, but we'll deal with it. So there's that, if you can see it. I guess I could bring you in there. Oh, you can't even see it anywhere. Well, that's definitely going to create some shadows. But I can also do... Hi! Bye! That. And then we're tighter. Tighter shot. Eh? How's that? Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool, y'all. What's up, Sophia? How are you, my friend? Sorry I'm behind the camera. Mr. Hancock is looking nice. Thank you, Wrong Drone. I appreciate it. Yeah, and I mean, if I actually zoom in, you can tell that this is terrible work, but it's also the first time I have ever installed anything like that. And the part, there's like 4 videos just on replacing that because the part was completely misfolded. It was misfolded. It was stamped correctly, sort of. It wasn't, though. It's like the hinge holes were, if I remember correctly, a ½ an inch higher than they should have been. And that's what it was. Once I figured it out, the actual hinge holes were a ½ inch higher than they should have been. Where's my controls? Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out again. What did I do with the controller? I've lost it. Speaking of losing it, it's right where I left it. Boing, pyong. Because I want to say hi. Hi. Anybody else show up other than Sophia? Sophia. Okay. So anyway, there's that. Hi, bye. We're going back to the bug now, Mr. Hancock Land. Down. That's an airplane flying over, if you heard that sound. I have a recreational airport very nearby. Alright, we're going to create some shadows, of course. It's a J-Bug sticker. So we're not actually working on the car, just so you know. What we're going to do is put together a toolbox in order to zoom back out. Hang on. Pew. Hi again. Bye. Wide angle mode engaged. Rotate. Alright, that's bright lights pointed directly at the camera. That's a big no-no. See the crack? There's a crack in the lens. Dang it. Big no-no. Oh man, that was bright. Big no-no. Oh my goodness gracious. Sophia. Sophia. I'm way behind here. Holy cow. You're ahead of me on restoration repairs. From what I have seen, all those aftermarket metal parts need modification to fit. Absolutely wrong, drone. That was the lesson that I ended up learning. Sophia. Ha 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 ha. Shaggy Man. What's up, Schmoke? Just tuned in. Gonna listen because I'm on my bike ride. Sweet. Man, I'm glad you're keeping up with that. That's good. I actually went on a bike ride yesterday also, but it was motorized. Late Apex. Crappy aftermarket parts are a lot easier than making one from sheet metal. So, shameless self-promotion. If you watch the video series about that A-pillar, the conclusion that I come to is it would have been easier for me to have handcrafted the part. And it's a relatively complicated part. But yes, I know exactly what you mean. And I would approach it differently knowing that it's not going to fit right now. I measured it every single possible way that I could except for the thing that was wrong. It was so frustrating, dude. I'm just working on some lavender aromatherapy. I may have mentioned it. Counteract the coffee that I keep sipping, because that's my two strongest addictions right now is coffee and lavender. But I don't particularly mind either of them. The coffee one is not very good. It's funny that's perfectly legal, but there's more issues with that than anything else. So anyhow, back to the show. Adam had a special request, and as my most loyal, longest fan, actually it's probably neck and neck between him and DJ Real One, and Shaggy Man, I guess. But as far as, I think I had to get Shaggy Man to hop on. But Adam has been commenting on my videos since I've been posting, pretty much. I guess we could go over here and look. So what we're going to do today is make a toolbox. Which camera am I on? That one. Good. Having coffee and lavender. What's funny is, I think I looked on your page because you mentioned your gardening, and saw you gardening actual lavender, which is of course what we're talking about, but I could actually get more light over here too if I was ingenious enough, and that's my specialty. So please hold, and we'll be right back with more light. Whang! Utilizing the Porta Side Light 2000, which will set right here next to the camera. And find the extension cord. Sorry about the fan and the mic. And we're gonna hook that up there, and fladow, you've got light. Ta-da! Man, Schmoke is awesome. He's fun. Oh, well, there's the light, by the way. If you haven't seen that, it's DIY side light or something like that. Man, I am self-promoting like a YouTube boss. Were we tight or on wide angle? I forgot. Let's put this ladder away. So for those of you who don't know, and I'm not watching the chat right now, I did eBay for years. So there's a lot of excess inventory, old inventory sitting around here. Pardon me. And that's what that stuff is on the shelf, basically. Gotta go find the chat. Where did I leave you? There you are. Come on, guys. Come hang out with me over here. Do I even have it open here? Yep. Open that. Open, 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 open. All right. Little fan. Whew. Heard a phrase. Well, thanks, Late Apex Garage. I hope that Hobby is a bigger fan. Heard a phrase like today, moon miles, anything with 240,000 or more on it, enough to make it to the moon. Moon miles. Yeah, I don't know what the actual miles on the bug is. Great concept. I like that. My pickup just reached moon miles a bit ago. I had a Nissan that did. I could ask you, what's the name of that add-on and app you use for the Stream Deck on the phone? It's Stream Deck. It's actually, we're not playing. That's why I can't see what's going on. There I am. I don't want to look at that light particularly, but it is the Stream Deck mobile app. So if you actually go to streamdeck.com and download the mobile app, it is boop. That's what you end up with, and you get 6 free buttons. The rest of those buttons, and you can, there's, you know, a ton of layouts. So, you know, we can do 8x8. I don't know how to do this. That's the problem, is I don't know how to do it. Oh yeah, look at that. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, that's so many buttons. Anyhow, you can unlock those buttons by going pro or whatever. And the cost to go pro, can I just do, yeah, boom. That's going to be so much better. Boop. Ha 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 ha. Now it's just the 6 buttons I have. I fixed it. So the cost to go pro, quote unquote, they can do it. You can do it monthly for $25 a month or whatever, or you can spend $50 for a lifetime license that gets you access to all the buttons on here. To get the physical Stream Deck from Elgato that is 6 buttons is, I think it's $60, and you still have to probably download the software. So I would absolutely recommend this, because the 6 buttons, at least for us, for right now, is plenty. But the capabilities of what you can do with the program is pretty amazing. I can, without even streaming, I can turn on my computer, I can turn on applications, I can zoom in, zoom out. I mean, I could use it with DaVinci, I can use it with all kinds of crap. So, now back to the show. I need to turn the music back up now that I'm not standing right over there. And top messages. Top messages. Ha 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 ha. All messages. Dang, I had 14 when I just popped on here. Y'all hit like if you haven't, please. Anybody who's even lurking, because it's going to help me grow my channel. I'm going to switch this mic to the other side. Sorry, but I want to turn this fan towards me a little bit. Excuse me. Ooh, I found something I was looking for. Trying to keep the fan from blowing directly on the microphone. Microphone. So anyhow, haha, back to the show. I'm gonna give it a go. Are we locked up? I am not seeing me. Oh, I'm seeing me there. I'm not seeing me here because I'm probably not live. No, it says I'm live. Whatever. Seems pretty far behind to me, but there I am finally. Anyhow, let's find a toolbox that would look cool in the bug. That is why we are here. Please ignore any silverfish that you may see. So I don't know if you can even see it. Probably not. Sort of, but not really. But I could fix it. I fix it. Fix it for you. That should be better. There's a delay slightly. Yo, DJ Real One pedaling my ass off this morning. I think that is universal across live. Well, it definitely is between reality and what I'm seeing. Absolutely. So yeah, a little Horizon Hobbies RC car that I didn't get a radio for, but this was sitting on the side of the road somewhere. I mean, I probably can get 50 bucks out of that. I just don't, I don't really do eBay anymore. So I think we will probably use this box because I am pretty sure that this was actually, yeah, this is a box that I used to use. This was my grandfather's toolbox, as a matter of fact. And that's why we're going to use this one. However, we've also got, while we're exploring, a nice Craftsman that has the upper box. That's worth money. So if y'all ever see stuff like this at the thrift store, I paid $3.99 for this. We'll look it up in a minute. Any of y'all interested in doing eBay? I got tired of it because I stopped basically, without getting into too much detail. There was some issues, family issues that I had to deal with. And when I got back into it, during that time is when they changed the tax status and all that stuff and made it to where you had to report because eBay was reporting you. So I haven't really gotten back into it since then. But I went through the entire process of building an eBay business from the ground up. And I haven't done it recently, but back then there were a few things that were frustrating, like YouTube. For one thing, integrating your PayPal with your eBay, it takes a certain amount of time before they'll let you have access to it. Yeah, but that was a fun little project. But anyway, point being, I am very adept at playing on eBay if anybody ever has any questions. There's some neat stuff up here. Anyway, we're not going to get lost in that. That would be ridiculous. Speaking of things that... So I've ground scored some amazing things off the side of the road, including a stack of vintage synthesizers and a collection of vintage remote-controlled airplanes including boxes and boxes of old props. I had RC airplane gas motors that were worth hundreds of dollars a piece sitting on the side of the road. I've made tens of thousands of dollars off of things off of the side of the road. So that's not a flex, that's just a heads up that people throw a lot of expensive stuff out. Drone mode. Bing. Bing. I have not looked at the chat in quite some time. Hell yeah, what's up, Rob's neighbor? Got a Traxxas Nitro. Yeah, man, it's so ridiculous what people throw out. Real one, you're good. Oh, if I had known you were back, I'd have shown you something. I have a old Denon 2 CD bay mixer thing, the early digital ones. It's free now to sell. Really? How is that? It's free to sell on eBay now? Well, Sophia, I am definitely going to look into that because I still have tons of inventory. We could do a whole nother channel on eBay. That's awesome, and why we have the same wavelength. Yeah, I was actually talking about this Friday. I went live. I have had more fun and luck and satisfaction building my community myself from exploring and interacting with people out there than anything that YouTube's algorithm has done for me. And that's because my channel is kind of all over the place. That's why they recommend that you niche down. But I don't want to, so I'm not gonna. And now, back to the show. Camera change. Y'all ready? Put out! Oh, we did actually peak at some point, huh? Well, hopefully it wasn't too loud. I guess we could turn this. I'm going to try to. This cable is kind of iffy. Actually, you know what I ought to do? What I ought to do is leave it exactly where it is. Pull this that way. Haha! And then, if I need to, I can turn on the other camera, which is looking at that, which is great, except I don't have a light up here. So, note to self, we need a light above the tools. I've known that since I built this. Or at least since I put the tools over here. But the problem is when the electrician did the electricity, and it's my fault, but I mentioned it before, he was 80 years old at the time. And, oh, I'm on this camera. He, basically I was letting him do his thing, kind of keeping an eye on it, and we had a plan, but I don't think we had an actual electrical layout. And unfortunately, he put all of the outlets on this side of the shop on one circuit, and the outlets on that side of the shop on another circuit. There's nothing over there, and there's nothing on the house side. So I still have to utilize a bunch of extension cords. And now that I've got a computer hooked up over here, I've ended up running an extension cord from over there so I don't trip the breaker on the damn live stream. What's going on in the chat? It's free now to sell. Yeah, that's still blowing my mind. I got called a lurker on a previous stream. Bro, I lurk all the time. I go into people's lives and I don't interact in the chat. Normally, I'm pretty active in the chat, though. And I don't, you do your thing. You ain't got to be active. I don't care. I would like it to be, I like to hit the like button. That's important. But I mean, if people just want to hang out and listen to me ramble, that's fine with me. That's awesome. And why we this? It's free to sell on eBay for private sellers in most categories, allowing up to 300 free listings a month. However, fees may apply for optional upgrades or if you sell items in the motors. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I mean, there was still it's. Let me rewind and say what I'm about to say. I think what you're saying is kind of the same way it's always been. I used to get all kinds of free listings, but they still take a percentage when you sell. It's free to list, but when you sell, they take their 30% or whatever it is, and then the tax man takes his 30% or whatever it is, and now they've got over half of my money, and I've already got money invested into buying whatever it is if it wasn't a found item. So that defeats the purpose of what I was trying to do. What I'm likely going to do is take this stuff and go out to a flea market, like here possibly soon now that it's cooling off, or do a garage sale. I don't really want a bunch of people knowing about this building though, for obvious reasons. Easy to wire, crappy to use. My bad. I think it may be just the UK. Apologies. No, I think that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure that, I mean, I'm going to look into it. I appreciate you giving me that heads up. But if they're not charging you, in other words, if you sell Sophia, they got to be making some money somewhere. What about marketplace on Facebook versus eBay selling? So the marketplace thing, I have messed with that some. I do sell on marketplace, but I haven't gone all in. Again, for the same reason, because I didn't want to bring a bunch of people here. The thing is, I'm going to have to anyway for large items. And I now have a store right up the street where I can meet them. So I may do that also. I think the issue is I didn't want to do it through my personal page necessarily. I don't know. But yeah, that's another option. What's up? Wake up. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see everybody. Thank you for being here, by the way. Protect your location. And that's kind of where I'm at. I haven't completely, I mean, you could easily figure out where I am, but like, I've tried to keep my real name separate. Not that big of a deal, but I mean, you're probably looking at it right now, actually, but it's in several places. But, if using Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, and that's the thing with selling local, especially, I'm not really too keen. I keep looking at that camera like you're over there, but you're there. I'm not really too keen on a bunch of people coming down here and breaking into my house if I'm out of town. The advantage I have is I'm at the end of a dead-end road, and if you get to the end of this road, you're on about 6 cameras sitting right up front. Mine and my neighbors. We're both kind of camera extremists. But I'm happy to call you Schmoke. FBMP. I live in Toledo. Can you meet me halfway? Oh, Facebook Marketplace. Halfway so I can look at your item and decide whether I want to make an offer. So that happens with sellers too, though, wherever we're looking, because I have driven across town after making a virtual handshake with a guy, drove completely out to the beach, which at that time for me was about 40 minutes, and the guy sold it out from under me. If I tell you I'm on my way with cash in hand, don't sell it to somebody else. But yeah, I get you, bro. That's why I don't mess with Marketplace. It's all a pain in my ass. Quite frankly, I have asked several of my friends, one of whom has a flea market booth, very successful flea market booth. I'm like, bro, come here and make me an offer and buy me out, please. Because I know he would make me a fair offer, and I don't need to make, if I could get what I've got into it back out of it, that's fine with me. But he knows the value of that stuff, and so he would make me a fair offer. But when I was doing eBay, I was going for a 10x. I was trying to buy something for $1 and sell it for 10. That was my game. Of course, it's great if you can double your money. That's wonderful. What up, Sick? How's the camping? How's the weather out there? I'm assuming because you posted at 2 o'clock this morning or something, the fast forward of the ride. I remember that, time lapse. I woke up in the middle of the night and I'm like, what's live stream? What's Sick Bastard posting? This is all royalty free, by the way, theoretically, this music, unless it changed channels, which it does do. It probably did. And then I'll get a copyright strike, and then it'll piss me off and all that. So if I minimize this, whoa. No, I think I don't know. Decomposing EP. I don't know, man. I don't know what we're playing, what we're listening to, what this is on. It doesn't really matter. What's the worst they could do? Give me a copyright strike? I played that Humphreys McGee Friday, and I got, I think, 7 strikes, but all of them said it wasn't going to affect me at all. Whatever. I'm not going to go out of my way to do it, but like I said, I start on a channel that says it's royalty free and it takes me somewhere else completely. So screw Spotify with that. Nice, a little cloudy today, but it's nice. Oh gosh, sorry. Oh no. Well, that's broken now. Hi. Can you still hear me? That is now a broken microphone. So we're going to switch to the other mic. Let's go ahead and just check and see what's going on Meld. Check, check. All right, you can still hear me. Sorry about that bounce. Should grab that one now. So we're on. In theory, everything's all right. Ay, ay, ay. And the clips always catch my hair. Oh god! Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me? Cute. Real cute. Sorry about that, guys. Pardon my French, as they say. Man, that was annoying. That was so annoying. Have a nice day. Everybody have a nice day. Whoopsie, still working. I had like 10 followers and got the hardest copyright video claim from a copyright-free, royalty-free group on YouTube. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about doing this on Spotify. But I really like the music, is my thing. And it should be on the playlist that it's supposed to be on. I'm really not that concerned about it. I'm curious, but I'm not that concerned about it. Anyway, I'm going to reload my lavender vaporizer, aromatherapy vaporizer device off camera because I have reached the maximum temperature that I utilize in this device, which, if you're curious, is 365, which is actually way lower. A lot of people start around there. But if you get into the higher temperatures, it actually gets sleepy, no matter what type of lavender you're vaporizing. I heard strimming is easier if you don't throw everything on the ground. It was a drop. It wasn't a throw. I almost, where are you? Right there. I almost dropped this camera. I don't know if any of y'all were here, but it was caught, the cable caught on one of the drawers of the toolbox. And thankfully, I've worked on a lot of ladders over the years, so I got relatively quick hands. And I sort of buffered it and hacky sacked it into a soft area when it landed. But that would have breaking that, that might have changed things. Sorry I didn't complete that sentence, but I could barely afford to make this investment. And if it broke, that would be heartbreaking. I'm going to step away for a moment because I need to clear a screen, and the way I do that involves a lighter. All right. Whew. Yeah, I'm not going to get into what I was about to say, but yeah, that's also very tasty. Where are we at here? Rob's neighbor. Never had a problem with epidemic. Oh my gosh, hang on a minute. A lot of stuff just happened. Oops, watch where you're holding that. Oh, you want to talk about copyright strikes? Yeah, DJ Real One is the copyright strike master. I believe Sick Bastard would be also a copyright strike bastard because he does a Grateful Dead stream every Monday. Videos were of car shows with Beach Boys and Eagles music playing in the background, and I get copyright claims. Yeah, so a lot of that stuff is public domain, I think, because I have car show videos and I leave the music in there. I got hit for Van Halen Jump or something, but other than that, I mean, all the classics, they get by fine. 120 in one live stream. Damn, son. You the pro. Never had a problem with epidemic sound and any music I've used. It doesn't matter. All good. Well, I trust your word because you're the one that turned me onto this software. So I'm going to write that down somewhere, you know, in my scrap paper that I have right on hand for stuff like that. My scrap paper. Oh, there's one. So, while we're all working in graphic arts to make our thumbnails and all that stuff, I made that in 1989 in graphic arts class on a Macintosh. And the clip art was a regular Ford truck, and I lowered it with, you know, cut and paste, and I tinted the windows, and I think I later figured out how to chop the top. But yeah, I had a car club when I was a co-captain, co-president, excuse me, of a car club when I was 16. Creative Motion. So anyway, we're going to grab a sheet of this paper, even though a lot of this is secret notes from long ago. And we're going to write down whatever you just said. Epidemic sound. I'm way behind on the chat. I will catch up shortly. Epidemic sound. Exclamation mark. All right. Coffee, 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 coffee. 120. I used a copyright and I didn't pay, and damn, I got locked down worldwide. Yeah, and that's what I'm concerned about with this Spotify thing. Because these guys just click, they call their channel frickin' royalty free so that they can get you to click on it, and then they're playing other stuff. I was on here live one day, and I caught it. I'm like, I know this song. I know who plays this song. This is not royalty free. Excuse me. Yummy. Oh, speaking of yummy. Oh, crap. Oh, no, I didn't turn it on yet. Good. Royalty free and how to strike. Yeah, I gotta stop doing it. That's why I only use YouTube music. And I like some of the stuff that's on there. I actually have a pile of my own music from the band that I was in years ago that's in all of my videos. And I mean, myself and my friends own the rights to any of that that's not a cover. So I'm gonna digitize a lot of the stuff that's not digitized. Lavender aromatherapy. And so that I can utilize some of that. Somewhere there's a hard drive. There should be a disc somewhere that has a digital copy of everything, but I haven't found it yet. But I know they can't get me on that. If they do, I'll turn it around on them. I've received copyright strikes on my own music that I own and songs I've released. See, that's what I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned about, but it trips me out. I get claims, not strikes. Yeah, claims is what you want. You don't want strikes. Strikes will shut you down. 8-bit master. It's pay for site. I don't think it's very much though. Driving at the moment, not reading chat. Hope everyone is well. Right on, Rob. Or Rob's neighbor with the channel name that does not contain his name, which is Carrie. So right on, Carrie. Thank you. I use Creator Mix too, but only for now. Is Creator Mix all D's stuff? D's nuts? Is that all D's music, or is there? Does he have other music from other creators? Because I mean, I could get real sick of somebody's style real fast. It looks like Creamtronics. I guess I'm dyslexic on some level. What's up, Igor K? Some claims are for a lot of their covers. Yeah, with the Dead, you're getting double tapped because they're covering songs. Yes, all these. So I'd be willing to look into it. Another thing is I've got a frickin' music studio in there that we've built. I just got to dial it in, and again, I'm solo here, so I don't necessarily motivate as much as I love music and making it. I don't motivate to go in there. When I do, I'll be in there till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I could actually probably run one USB cable out here and hook it all up to a more powerful computer, because I think the biggest issue that I have is the laptop that it's set up to, the music room in there, is an old laptop. What I'm trying to say is I have a digital interface. I can record anything in my music room, multi-track, individual tracks on a computer, and make my own music. Wake up! There's several things that I have come across of yours that I like, and you're still learning. But like watching DJ Real One the other night in that members only with the beat making, it's fascinating to me. It's not one of the things I've chosen to focus on. I enjoy it every time I mess with it. Well, Igor, it was fun. It's still up there. You got a membership, right? It's still up. I think. We had a blast. We're trying to convince DJ Real One to make a contest for this Friday, or make a contest. Wear a costume for this Friday. Gotta run, talk soon. Have fun out there, Sick, for real. And when you get back, we'll talk about the van. Because I'm willing to come down there and help you with it. We just got to come up with money for parts and find cheap parts. But I wouldn't do used, even though Rob, I appreciate Rob's. Hey, if we haven't done it by then, Rob's neighbor, and you come down, then we'll use used parts. But I think we can get new parts and throw them on there. Anyway, Sick, have a good day. Have fun out there. Wrong drone. I mean, I'm like, dude, I'm playing a frickin' tape. They allowed us to tape, and I'm playing a tape, so screw you. Thank you, Wake Up. It was fun, man. We hung out and we played. He made a beat with what did he do? The Exorcist, and did he do Amityville or something? The albums, the soundtracks from those. He's gonna try and finish them up and break them out on Friday, so that'd be cool. We haven't grabbed any tools, huh? Which was why the cart was sitting here. I worked on the yard yesterday. Overdid it. My back's sore. I didn't throw it out or anything. It's just normal sore from working hard. So what do we need for a Volkswagen? Probably metric tools, huh? I guess we need a camera over here then. So you can see the tools, right? What's going on, Wes? I appreciate it. Schlining in. I appreciate you, my friend. I might not turn that on, actually. We'll think about it. Thank you, Wes. I appreciate it. Y'all check out Wes's channel. He's got a he's been live streaming some knife building and or sharpening that's been pretty neat. Oh, that reminds me, Wes, while you're here, I promised you I'd show you this if you're still here. I know where this one is. I don't know where the other one is though. And of course, I'm a terrible keeper of my stuff, so it's dusty and filthy. This was made by a friend of mine's dad. He is a Kentucky good old woodsman. You know, that's all leather. This thing's filthy, and I'm sure the blade is rusty as hell. But yeah, blade is totally rusty. But we can clean this up one day. And unfortunately, you know, there's something that's loose in here. But I mean, it's still solid. He could still mess somebody up with that. But anyway, that's epoxy with a nut and leather. That's leather discs. So there. Excuse me. All right, y'all. Sorry I can't stick around. Gotta bounce. Do your thing, Schmoke. Brother, I appreciate you being here. What time is it? Yeah, you're getting ready to go to work. Have fun. Real world stuff. DJ Real One. Real world stuff. What do we need for a Volkswagen? To own a Toyota. I have another one, Wes. I'm not sure where it is. It might be right here. It's in one of these boxes. And it's got a great story behind it. But I'm not sure. I also may have stashed it somewhere. I've got boxes because I've moved so many times relatively recently that I got so many boxes with stuff in it. I don't know where it is, but I have a here's one that I haven't told everybody yet. I used to work in a bookbindery. I may have mentioned it at some point, but I used to make paperback books. I used to operate a machine that was the length of this building, if not longer. It was at least the length of this building, called a perfect binder. If you're curious, maybe we could look it up later, but it was called a Mueller. It was a Mueller Martini RB5, and it's from the 50s, if I remember correctly. And it was an amazingly beautiful machine, and everything had to be adjusted manually, cam guides and all that stuff. But anyway, the next machine that comes out after the bookbinder, which the bookbinder, this is for paperback books, and basically, long story short, when it comes out, it's an untrimmed book with a cover on it. Then that gets stacked into something called a 3-knife, which is 3 blades on a hydraulic setup that goes wham, 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 and cuts off 3 sides, leaving the spine solid. Exceedingly dangerous machine. But the blades eventually wear to a point where they're too short to be sharpened. And I got a box full of those old blades and gave them to my friend's dad, and he made me a custom knife with one of those blades, it's beautiful. But it's stashed somewhere. It's hiding right now. We'll find it since I've got all these knife sharpening people in my world now. Real One, I appreciate it, brother. We'll talk soon. Have a good day at work. Water, 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 water. I need to refill my water. I'll be right back, kids. You'll hear me. I gotta refill my water. I'm actually gonna get some ice too, so that might be a little bit noisy. There's a kitty looking out the back door, but you can't see her. A little bit of ice. Hold your ears if you need to use the restroom. For the ASMR. Ugh. I mentioned it before. That's a jug of spring water and a hand pump. If you're wondering why it sounds funny. I'll probably make for tremendous blanks. So those blades, Wes, they were actually 2 types of metal. They were bimetal. So I kind of wish I could find it so you could see it. They were good. They're good blades. Weather swoosh, 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 sing. I can't wait to hear it. Here for the ASMR only, the water pump. Pop, 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 pop. Man, that's so tasty. So I like spring water. That's good. I know I've mentioned it in previous lives. As a kid, I always hated drinking water. As an adult, there's really nothing better. It's like, oh yes, especially in Florida when it's Florida 84 right now, 55% humidity. It's not too bad. ASMR needs more reverb. I don't want to take my hat off again. I'm risk dropping the damn. I'm gonna do it though. Gotta please your fans. There we go. Oops, I hit 2 buttons. Son of a biscuit eater. There we go. That should be better, right? I think that's working. Let's double check. Monitoring, double checking the Sunday live at high noon Schmoke Schesch. That's Schmoke Shop. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? This is not a microphone. This is the other earbud. Okay, don't mess with it. I'm messing with it just because I'm here. I want to turn that back off though, which is this button, I hope. Nope. Yep. Maybe. Wait. Origin. There we go. Origin. Singing. Origin. Okay, cool. I didn't know she talked to me. There's a chicken there. There's a little girl inside of my head, my microphone. Gotta go run the father-in-law to the store. I will be back. All right, enjoy your trip. Hopefully, well, whatever. Have a good, safe journey. Sunday. Exactly. Here we are live at Schmoke Shop. I gotta turn that down a little bit because it is clipping regularly. Probably because I keep doing stuff like that. All right, that's better. How's everybody doing tonight? I want to look and see where is my other device. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That was terrible. I shouldn't have done that. And then I did it again. It's over there. I found it. Now you got fan blowing in your ear. Brand new fan blowing in your ear. 10 people watching, theoretically. Well, hi, 10 people. Good to see you. Hopefully you've all smashed like. Looks like I got a 16 likes, so that's good. I'm going to refresh this. Well, we're going to refresh this. And see if it gives me the same number. Why does it say there? Now it says 16 again. Cool. I'm glad I didn't put a description because I don't know what the heck we're doing. We're doing whatever we want. That's what I like about live streaming. I guess we could grab some tools like I said I was going to. Should I switch it up? Boing. Pew. Switch it up. Switch it up. Switch it up. Switch it up. Yep, there's that. Ha 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 ha. Boink. Boink. I think everything else is good. Other than my name blatantly in front of the screen. So y'all can back that up and zoom in and figure out my name. Oh no. I also always have a little Razor scooter that I rip the motor off of nearby. I used the controls from this Razor scooter to fix an e-bike that Shaggy Mane had that was not working, and I was able to take the throttle off of this and get his e-bike working. So that's neat. I don't know if that's what he's still cruising around on in California, but it certainly was fun at music festivals. Alright, let's see what we've got without light. We have light. We can add light. Just add light. I am the light. Whoop, 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 whoop. We need to add more coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. See, we can add light. Sort of. Is that bright, bright? That's bright, bright. Okay. Is that? Nope. Nope. Come on. How about that? How about now? That works, huh? What does that look like? It looks great! Ha ha! Go Team Schmoke! What's up, Renegade? There's no late. We're just having fun. That bike fell off the back of my van. Oh no. Well, I guess we gotta fix it next time, huh? Wait, I gotta switch cameras, because we're over here again. Boink, even though we set up the scene, we're ready to go over there. Renegade, you're not late, man. We're just hanging out like always, having a good time. That sucks, though, Shaggy Man. I don't know if I ever said I love the color on that Beetle. It's literally a primer bug right now. It's all primer. Technically, one person watching. I might have 2 accounts open to help your numbers. No, that bike fell off. That sucks. Sup, Renegade. Sup, Shaggy Man. Bo Errands. Wrong drone is a liar. Well, now I have learned something. I will try and lock that into my memory banks. Wake up, finally got some coffee. Coffee, 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 coffee. I haven't had enough coffee yet. I've only had 1 3/4 cups. Which is way more than I usually drink. But for some reason today we're hitting the coffee hard, folks. Volkswagen? Yeah, a Volkswagen. Car for the people. I love primer. I need a primer paint color. So I'm, totally open to experimenting with this car as far as paint and stuff, because there's a channel out there that I watch. I would plug him, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But he does a lot of spray paint work and has been experimenting with different products and different processes and getting professional level results. And I don't even think, I guess he's wet sanding. And that's the main thing, is if you're patient and you sand it, you just got to get a solid coat of paint on there and you can sand it down and polish it up. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I've also had, I don't know if he was joking or not, but I've also had an offer by somebody who's a pretty badass custom painter to paint. He said the bikes, and then he saw the bug and said he'd do the bug too. It's like, well, I don't need the bikes, but if you want to do the bug, I mean, a good custom paint job, I'll pay for materials and help you. We could make some neat stuff. I mean, he's doing the lace and all that stuff. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Who was that? Is that Pilato? I don't know. I'll find it one of these days and we'll talk about it some more. Speaking of water, I'm going to drink some more water instead of pounding more coffee. So I smoked cigarettes for years, so I guess that's why I always need to be doing, something with my hands. So I wonder what specific, I would have to look it up, what specific sockets I would need for a Volkswagen toolbox. Who all's in here? Wrong Drone and Bo, I would say, are probably both Volkswagen people. Paint is so ridiculous now. Yeah, and so that's the other thing is I don't mind leaving it primered. I've had a lot of people comment on it in that color. And I think gray is probably a factory Volkswagen color. I mean, we could prime it and sand it. It's pretty, in the places where it's nice and wet sanded, it's shiny. Put a clear coat on it. It's really unfortunate though, because you can tell the parts where he didn't sorry, this drop's pretty cool. But anyway, 13 millimeter socket, that's what I was gonna say. The parts that are not covered in primer have a beautiful patina on them, and it kind of ticks me off because I believe he took a perfect patina car and sanded it down and painted it in gray primer, and then put it in his backyard and put a tarp over it and created a terrarium and made it rust from the inside out. Fresh pair of pans. Anyway, I got it cheap and put it all back together again. Tuned up the motor and dialed it in, and you know, we drove it the other day. I'm going to start driving it more. That's the point of making the toolbox, is I want to make a toolbox that stays with the car, because what I keep doing is pulling my tool bag out of my truck and putting it in the car along with the fire extinguisher, and then later being in my truck somewhere and realizing I don't have my tools with me. Or working in here and spending a half an hour trying to figure out where the heck the damn fire extinguisher is before I realize that it's sitting in the car like it is now. So I need another fire extinguisher, and I need a dedicated toolbox for the car. And in reality, it probably does not need to be this big. I could probably do a much smaller toolbox. So there's that too. I have quite a collection of boxes, some of which have already been utilized for stuff, and there's no light on that side, but it's still fun to switch cameras. So like that little blue one right there, what is that? That's my 1/4-inch sockets, and stuff like that. It's just totally, that's what it is. But anyway, we have a collection of this cable could get messy. Random wrenches. So we could just grab random metric wrenches after we get rid of this breaker bar. Does that fit there? Yep. Or are these all standards? No. There's a 17 millimeter. 10 millimeter? 10 millimeter. Half inch, which is, I believe, basically a 13, isn't it? Excuse me. 15 millimeter. Another 15 millimeter. We'll take the channel lock and leave the Craftsman in here. That way when somebody steals them, they're not getting the good ones. Half inch. It's a half inch. Ooh, this looks like it might even be an original German tool. 11. Oh, this might be one of those Mercedes wrenches. I had some Mercedes wrenches. Mercedes. Yep, we're gonna grab that. 7/8. No. Ooh, look at this little guy. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Wow. Yeah, see, this is another one, I'll bet. Like, look at those two. Aren't those cool? I don't have a lot of old wrenches, but I've got some kind of cool old wrenches. I'm not looking at the chat at all. I have a couple of tool bags I don't use. You can have one if you want. I appreciate that. 1/2 inch are a huge help when 13 millimeter. Yeah, yeah. Southeast Kentucky. Bro, pronounce my name correctly. Message retracted. I appreciate that, Renegade. We're going to get together one of these days. I got to switch the cameras again. Because I don't know what that was I was doing over there. Whitley Auto Works and GTS Performance have great pages showing how to use Rust-Oleum and Pearl Flake to make some amazing... Yeah, there's several people out there. I'll look up in a second who the guy is that I'm watching. Tool roll or bag is easier to stow. Exactly. Yeah, and that's what like I said, I mean, you've seen it a million times, Shaggy. That's what I carry in my truck, although it's not my truck. And that's when I was a HVAC tech, that's what I always carried as a tool bag. But, let's knock over all the glass fuses and spill them all over the shop. Let's not and say we did. The reason I was thinking about doing the box was just because of the vintage look. I think it would look cooler if I had a cool vintage toolbox in there. Because I'll probably make it... I don't know. If I keep the car, I want to kind of make it my own. But eventually I'm going to get it to where I can start driving it to shows regularly, and hopefully somebody's going to make me an offer I can't refuse. But, hubcap toolkit that fits on the spare tire in the trunk. Yeah. What I was actually contemplating doing is in the package tray area, like a speaker box kind of toolbox combo kind of thing, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get that deep into this car. I really want to build a van and set it up for traveling and camping, because eventually that's where I'm going to end up, which is what Shaggy Mane is doing. Shaggy Mane without the YouTube channel is traveling in a van. Not a Volkswagen van, but a badass van. I've shown it on here before. Water. Can y'all see the name of this song? It's Smoke. Not Schmoke, but Smoke. Speaking of vaporization of lavender, what else are we doing today? Let's turn this up to... Oh, battery swap. So another great thing about this device is, unlike its rechargeable counterparts, this is rechargeable because it has a replaceable battery. So instead of spending 6 hours being pissed off that your device isn't working anymore, I just put in a new battery and turn it back on again. The Arizer Argo, or Arizer Go, also affectionately known as the Argo, is highly recommended by Schmoke Shop for vaporizing your lavender or other aromatherapy herbs. In my opinion. Leather tool roll with a VW stamped onto it. There you go. Maybe I'll make it on the channel. Custom make one on the channel. That'd be great content. We could do sit here on Sundays and make a leather tool roll. Great idea, Shaggy Mane. Yeah, I'll let that bounce around in my head for a while. Oosh, 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 oosh. Renegade, you were talking about... I'm going to switch cameras again. To that one? Or is that the one we're on? That's the one we're on. You were talking about Don Garlett's the other day. So that was the last time I went to Don Garlett's place. Beep boop beep boop boing. Hang on a minute. Wait. Bing. Hey. Pyong. Boing. I don't know if you can see that or if it's got a big glare on it. But that was bulletproof. Does it say what year? Oh yeah, 2000. Oh crap. 2009. Wow. Yep. Wow. Okay. I did not realize it had been that long. Well, yeah, one of the guys I went with has been dead for almost 10 years, so yeah, absolutely. Anyway, so the cool thing about Billetproof was 1964 and prior rods and customs, no billet-clad digital gauge pastel graphic named after a 50s song trailer queens. So yeah, they were turning away a lot of relatively cool cars because it wasn't what they wanted at their show. It was a fun time. It was what's basically called rat rods now. I guess they were still rat rods then. Alright, zoom back out. Boop. Oh, hi. Wait, there we go. Wide angle mode. So there. Switch cameras. I'm going to sit down for a minute and enjoy my device, my lavender, and I can see the chat from here, and take a sip of coffee real quick, because I am a proud member of the Sip of Coffee tribe of North Florida. Oh, I'm sitting. Yay, I'm sitting. Oh my gosh. Oh, it hurts. I'm readjusting. It'll be okay. Where are we at? Van life. Hell yeah. Cool, I was there in 2009. Were you? That's awesome. Oh, there at that show or there at Don Garlett's? How long has it been since billet was in fashion? It's actually come there now that all the CNCs are badass. They're making whole engines and stuff out of it in the shop. I mean, people are making $1 million investments in 7-axis CNC machines and throwing chunks of aluminum in there and making their own custom engine blocks. Monkey bars, absolutely. Okay, I will as well. Sip of coffee. You go to most of the VW parts websites, they have the toolkit that fits in the spare tire. Yes, that is 100% true, Wrong Drone. I am not interested in investing money in that. You know, somebody that wants to restore this car, again, eventually somebody's going to make me an offer I can't refuse to restore this car, and they can do that. But, oh, I've seen them. But, like I said, I am not one to particularly buy stuff like that when there's plenty of stuff that I could utilize for that out there. But they're neat. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I had a restored bug, you know, that's a different angle of approaching it. But frankly, all I'm doing with this car right now is stabilizing it to the point where I can drive it relatively safely. Oh. Bro, lag, as I'll call you, late Apex Garage. I was in your chat the whole time the other night. It wasn't coming across your screen at all. Because I know you've got whatever your streaming software is, has it on the screen. But, I was getting so frustrated because I was there spamming the hell out of your chat. But I think you should have used that die grinder that you had, that carbide bit. That's what I was telling you to use from the get-go. Drill one hole or all four corners and take that die grinder and you could have zipped it right out, I think, depending on the bit you have. No, I was actually shopping for replacement dash pads for you. I want to see it, though. Is there going to be an insert? Oh, I gotta save it, because you still have them posted as lives, right? Late Apex. Hello? Hello? Alright, go to channel. Oh, look, you've already got merch up. You. I gotta look at that. But anyway. Link. So that's Late Apex Garage. He still has not posted any videos, but his lives are still posted. So there's a guy in there that just spams the hell out of the chat room. But if y'all add him, then you can come join me and spam the hell out of his chat room when he goes live. And while I'm doing this, Wrong Drone, let's throw you up there. Renegade, you can throw yourself up there. You're more than welcome to. I'm going to go to Wrong Drone's page. And we're going to bring up the nice, happy address that says Wrong Drone, because that's the easiest way to do it. And we're going to copy and paste that into the chat like so. Boom! And then, oh my gosh. All right, I got to put this device down and focus on what I'm doing. And I don't know why I'm doing it up there, but whatever. It's because I need to stretch my neck, man. All right, so we got Late Apex. Renegade, are you going to throw yourself up there? Shaggy Man does not have a channel, unfortunately. Wake Up has some stuff up there. We're going to throw him up there too, whether he likes it or not, because he's trying to grow a channel. So we're going to go to Wake Up. And yes, well-named channel. Copy. Back to there. Go back to there. Paste that there. Plateau. Wrong Drone. Can't handle all the fame. You'll be alright, my friend. It just gotta roll with it, man. Wes Does It is a very good channel that is very active. So we're gonna go him. I said go to channel now. Go to channel now. Thank you. Why am I doing it this way? Because otherwise, what would I complain about? 827 videos. Man, Wes been staying busy. Copy. Chat publicly. Paste. Enter. Alright, guys. I don't want to lose you, but usually if you click on those, it opens up in another window. But if you disappear for a while, I don't mind. Hopefully you'll come back. Now I'm going to close all those extra windows that I now have open that are taking bandwidth away. And then I'm going to burp. Excuse me. I appreciate you as well. Wake Up. Wes looks like my uncle. Wes is a real one for sure. He's been, speaking of which, he's now part of Real One's community as well, DJ Real One. And hip hop culture, wood carving. He's a lot like me. He's doing a broad range of stuff. He messes with some automotive stuff. What's next? We could play in Mr. Hancock for a minute some more. Because tools are boring. I mean, here's a clock spring from a, looks like a Bass Nectar logo, if you know who, oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera. Clock spring. Oh, you can't see it. I need a piece of paper. or something white. That doesn't even hardly work. That's crazy. There you go. Looks like the Base Nectar logo, if you've ever heard of Base Nectar. Base Nectar. And that's from I don't know what it's from. I think it's from a Briggs & Stratton motor. Excuse me. The recoil from a Briggs & Stratton motor. Street Stratton motor. Briggs & Stratton motor. Yeah, Brett. It's a remix. Briggs & Stratton motor. Oh, I was already wide angle, wasn't I? Pew. Okay, there we go. Oosh. We can go play in the bug a little bit. I want to get... Oops, sorry about that. I want to hit that button. We gotta turn on the dome light. Is that as bright as it gets? Ah. Oh my gosh, that's so bright. That's it. Okay. We can do better than that. There we go. What do you think, guys? Can you see in there? Going down. Can you see the heater channel down there? It's like terrible. You can find the other flashlight so I can point that out. Boing. That's Bad News Bears, guys. So eventually, you know, myself or somebody definitely needs to pull this body. Wes's channel is awesome. Yeah, and he's doing some very informative stuff and having fun over there. He's learning. He's, again, kindred spirit for sure. He's learning processes and teaching you and taking you along the way. Here's some natural reverb from the echo of a Volkswagen. We'll take the fire extinguisher out. Is this my current registration? It certainly is. So that needs to go into the secret stash of stuff up here. And then we're gonna just grab these tools out of here because they shouldn't really be in here anyway. We could put a sticker on the window. That'd be fun. Soapy water. Suds brand. Soapy water. I'm not crazy. We could do a separate stream. Oh, that would be brilliant. That would be so cool. I just had an epiphany, guys. We could do a second stream from the phone, and then I could bring it up in a YouTube window and then bring it into my live stream, and then we could get into the car. I could switch scenes as we pull out of the garage, and we could drive around in the car. I think that would work. I don't know if y'all followed that, but that would be awesome. Because the main stream would still be coming from here on the Wi-Fi. But then we'd be watching a live stream from my phone, which would be on the phone network, which would allow me to leave. That would totally work. Oh, I'm going to do that. I have one sticker. I'd like to get another one so I can have one for travel and one for the shop sticker wall. Very much need to dedicate my time to building like you guys have. Very impressive pages. Thank you all for the inspiration. Absolutely, man. You have one sticker you'd like to get another. So, you have one of my stickers? Did Real One send you one or something? Thank you, Wrong Drone. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to probably start a Discord channel and make that kind of more of the shop type, maker type YouTubers meeting place, because there's not really, doesn't seem to be a place for that. Most of the information that's out there is aimed towards gaming streamers or talking face people that sit behind a desk. But I have all kinds of stickers. My intention is to put them out with the memberships. When I hit 500 subscribers, then I can turn on my memberships. And when I do that, I'm probably going to do a sticker pack for the first 50 members or something that want to give me their address. You know, it'll be a little bit of investment on my part, but I already have the stickers. I'm just going to rotate you. No, I should switch to the other camera. Where is it? Turn off the flashlight. We're not hanging out inside anymore. We're going back over here now. Because we're going to put a sticker on, guys. We're going to put a sticker on Mr. Hancock. Gotta switch scenes. Gotta find my mouse pointer. There's my mouse pointer. Switching scenes. Nope, that was the wrong button. That's the button. Whew, this is fun. I like live streaming. I hope everyone's enjoying it. Where are we at? So a bunch of stuff just happened. You can do that from one stream. A mechanic I used to watch would stream test drives from his phone back to his computer in the main stream. It was just another... Right, that's exactly... No, I know exactly how he did it. I just described it. That's exactly what I just described. Schmoke's Travels, next subsection. Yes, Real One sent me one. That's awesome. He never told me that. That's cool. But yes, late Apex. Exactly, that's what I was saying, is if I set up my cell phone as a scene and then do a live stream from my cell phone, then I can, my base stream will still be coming from here on the network, and then I'll be streaming on the phone in the car while we're driving around. Let me get some glass cleaner if I have any. I do have a little bit. And a paper towel, which I have a few that don't have coffee from my mustache on them. Do more. I need to get the... Oh, see, it's on top chat again. Arrgh. It's okay. Deep breath. Everything's going to be all right. Come on, bring it up. There we go. Do more gaming channels. Ha 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 ha. Gaming. Oh, I thought you said it was... You said set it up as a stream. Multitasking, otherwise known as sucking at everything all at once. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's exactly what you just said. It's adding another source, and that source being the live stream that I'm streaming from my phone. And then we could literally, like I said, I hit the switch scene button on the way out the door. Yeah, and then the stream would switch to that. And I wouldn't need to be monitoring it, although I could still monitor it too. Anyway, that's getting a little bit deep. But yeah, I could I could open up a hotspot, bring another old phone with me, attach to the hotspot, then I could monitor the stream at the same time. Great way to get into a car accident. Anyway, let's put this little J-Bug sticker on here. Shredding fans and dragging pans. Established in 1988. J-Bugs. Well, I don't have a proper squeegee, but... that should do it. Wabow. Stickers! Sticker, 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 sticker. Sticker, sticker, sticker. Oh, I got an air bubble. Oh, I think we're good otherwise. Yay, new sticker. Mr. Hancock likes stickers. I should clean the rest of the windows since I've got the glass cleaner and I now have a 1/3 clean window, which is absolutely ridiculous. Can you see me okay? Oh yeah. Okay, oh yeah. Okay, oh yeah. I can back you up a little bit. Back it up now. If you've never been to Puddin's Fab Shop, guys, I've actually not been watching a lot of his content because it's starting to get repetitive, but he's a fun channel that definitely influenced me to a certain degree. He motivated me with this saying, sitting on your ass won't finish your project. And that's kind of his, you know, his comment, his whatever it is I'm trying to say. Catchphrase, catchphrase, catchphrase. Kids, we've got rust. You know. Wow. Considering that the side mirrors on a Volkswagen suck, it's pretty important to have that be clean. Where are we at? Oh, I thought you said set it up as a stream. Oh, well look, we're on top chat again. I don't think anything else has really happened, but... what if I wanted to go to... where's my phone? Here it is. Let's go there. 154. Alright, well... we got 8 people hanging out. Sitting on my ass, supporting your channel. Well, I appreciate that greatly, Wrong Drone. I'm going to call this in about 6 minutes because it's 1:54. I think I'm going to shut it down at 2 o'clock. Not that I don't think y'all would hang out, but it's going to get boring at some point in the near future. And I have other things that I want to do without a camera on. Not because they're super secret or anything, just because I pay attention more to the chat and the camera than I do what I'm doing. And I, as the weather cools off, have a lot of things that I would like to be doing. Because it's more comfortable to spend time out here when it's not 115 degrees. But I think I just shared a bunch of links to everybody else's channels that y'all guys and gals can explore. You got to go at 11 or 2. All right, that's cool. Sonia, I don't know if you're still in here. I forgot all about that. She actually does have a channel and content. I wonder if I can easily or relatively easily throw her page up before we go. Oh man, I started out the stream saying how I liked the new interface, and now I'm wrapping up the scene saying I don't like it because for some reason it pops up an overlay over my stream with everybody else's stuff, with your... Anyway, with the suggested videos. So, what I'm trying to do now is go to there in a new tab, go to my subscriptions. Why are you in that mode? What? It's okay. Everything's gonna be alright. It's not what I want to do. I don't know. That just happened to end. It's a coincidence. Yep. Okay. That's one thing I wanted to do. Now we're going to go here to subscriptions, show more. Oh, now I'm embarrassed. Somehow I'm not subscribed to... Huh. I know I am. Oh, well. Let me go back to chat. Oh, wow. Yeah, things are starting to really slow down. It's my bedtime, but chilling and watching. Sophia, if you're still in here, say something, and then I can get your link and throw it up here. But can we raid out on YouTube? Merch crawl at the bottom of the pop-up ads. Yeah, I'm more set up for PC, but I need to be mindful of that because I know people are watching from mobile. Anyway, I'm not going to give myself that hard of a time about Sophia's thing. But next time I'll make sure to throw her up there. I'm positive I'm subscribed to her, so I think it's weird. Sometimes when you scroll through the subscription list, it doesn't show channels. Who was I looking up yesterday? Oh, I don't know who all's in here, if anybody's going to recognize this name, but Flossie, she's changed her name to wood, something about wood crafting or something, but I hadn't seen anything from her, and I was looking for her, and I couldn't find her on my list. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I don't know what raiding out means. I guess that's just everybody signing off at the same time. But you got about T-minus 2 minutes to raid out. Or 1 minute even. But anyway, I'm not going to blither anymore. It's when you send your stream to another stream. Oh yeah, man, I don't know. Yes, I don't know how to, though. I'm sure I could do all that. But the reality is, kids, to anyone who's still here listening, and those who have already left, and those who watch it in the future, thanks for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Twitch has it. Yeah, I'm just on YouTube. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching. Today is Sunday, so Wednesday will be a long form video if everything goes well, and that'll be posted at 4:20 Central, which is 5:20 Eastern. So anyway, other than that, I may spontaneously go live. Keep an eye out for that. Make sure that your notifications are turned on. You literally have to go into where you subscribe, the subscribe button, click on it, and turn all notifications on. I don't know why they make it so hard, but that's the easiest way. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to shut it down. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Peace, y'all. End stream. Are you sure you want to end the stream? Yes. That's why I said end stream. Ha ha ha!